just want to encourage people to use the Bible with integrity. So I hear a lot of arguments from once saved, always saved. A son can't lose his position, or sonship is positional, it's permanent. That's not true according to the Bible. Now, this isn't me saying this proves once saved, always saved is false. It does not prove that. False whatsoever. Is what I'm arguing is don't make up analogies that are not scripturally accurate. The language of sons of God, meaning being part of the family of God, the original idea of sons of God is being a direct creation of God. That is, you come forth from God's hand. He's your progenitor. Angels are sons of God by mere fact that God creates them. They're not born. That's why Adam was the son of God, because his father was literally God. He came forth from God. He wasn't born of man. He was born of God in a literal sense, right? People mess this up all the time because of how that language gets used in the new birth, in the New Testament. We're being born into God's family by a divine rebirth. So we become the children of God, the sons of God. It's taking that literal language, just like a son of man is someone whose parents are humanity. Adam is literally a son of God because he's the first man and God created him. He formed him from the dust, right? God is his progenitor. And that language is adopted in the context of being part of God's family. But notice here in Matthew 8:12, the sons of the kingdom, that is Israelites that do not believe, that are not part of the remnant of Israel, but they are the elect of God, the chosen of God. They are sons of God because God chose Israel, right? But they're not all Israel who are of Israel, but there's a remnant in Israel who are the true sons of God. But they're still the sons of God corporately. And if they don't believe, they're not sons. But the Bible uses the language of these elect sons being cast out from the kingdom. So my point is, the language of being a son does not equal once saved, always saved. And if you continue to push it, you are dishonest. Now, does that mean once saved, always saved isn't true because your arguments are terrible and they're unbiblical and you're manipulating scripture? It doesn't mean OSAS isn't true. So you can jettison the improper use of the Bible by employing or impressing upon the minds of people that some language equals you can't lose your salvation. You can do that, but you're not getting it from scripture, and you're misusing scripture and you're making it contradict itself. So please stop using that kind of argumentation. It makes people not understand scripture. It doesn't mean once saved, always saved isn't true. It just means that is not an argument from scripture. And if you care about the validity of scripture and what it's teaching, you will not do that, because children of God don't misuse scripture. So just want to encourage you not to do that. It's dishonest. It's a misuse of scripture. Does not prove or disprove once saved, always saved, but it certainly should not be used to argue, to make up analogies like, oh, but you're a son of God, you can't be unborn. Yes, you can. Angels were sons of God and they're fallen and they have no chance of salvation or to be reconciled back to God, and they have a destruction in their future. So the language of being a son implies nothing about the permanency of you being part of God's family whatsoever. If you keep using that analogy, you are dishonest, plain and simple.